Going on to Jerome's. So if the Minnesota Vikings cannot trade back and they have to stick and pick at 24, there's a couple of players that are just like, send in the card. Derek Hammond of Oregon, Walter Nolan of Ole Miss, Colston Loveland of Michigan, Siobhan Ravel, East Carolina, Tails, California, as well as NDSU offensive lineman Grey Zabel, right? So, we talked about Zable tangentially throughout this entire draft process. He's someone who's definitely helped himself the most during this offseason. He's been a quick riser and the pride of NDSU. I think he certainly can get things done. Also, he's from South Dakota, so that's basically Vikings territory, so just keep him in the area. It's going to be good to go. And Grey Zabel just turned 23 yesterday. Happy belated birthday. He's 6'6", 312, the pride of Pierce, South Dakota. He took his talents to NDSU, a two-time national champ, 2024 FCS All-American for the Bison. And the Senior Bowl, like I mentioned, he's one of the players that absolutely helped himself the most because even though NDSU, FCS powerhouse, there's a big leap in caliber of competition. Also, Zable primarily established himself as a left tackle, but they had him practice all over the place at center, both guard spots, and it gets a pretty damn good slate of interior defensive linemen. Definitely held his own and definitely showed up and showed out. Also, Leader Acola is good. Combine as well. Definitely check the boxes. Look great in individual drills. Didn't run the 40 or do the agility drills, except that shows up on tape. Also, 36.5-inch vert and great broad jump for his size. Good to go in that regard. Scouting report, Lance Zierlein, NFL.com. Tough guy profile on this prospect coming out of North Dakota State. Zable has an NFL frame with room for additional mass and possesses a good starting point in terms of his play strength. He has to play with really quick hands and good feet in order to compensate for short arms. They make sustaining blocks and controlling pass rushes more challenging. Teams might ask Zable to snap during the draft season in order to project positional flexibility. That's exactly what happened, where I think Zable could eventually be a plus center down the line. At minimum, he'll be guard. Probably not going to be a tackle with any frequency at the National Football League level. It is what it is. Strengths. Has played 4 of the 5 offensive line positions at NDSU, able to unlock hips and ankles and set a sudden anchor, quick to pass off twisters and search for incoming traffic, makes a point to get body on body to steal blocks, upper and lower body power to generate movement at the point, never loses sight of his work up target on combo blocks. So it really comes in as a firmly established offensive lineman, really is scheme agnostic as well, although certainly will thrive in outside zone given his movement skills. And a lot of people brought this up. Well, what's the difference between him and Ezra Cleveland? I think that his contact balance, I think that his quickness, I think that his agility is far ahead of Ezra Cleveland. Also, the usage of hands, I think will be good to go. Plus, Ezra, even though Zable has some guard experience, Ezra still should and could be a left tackle in this league. And when the Vikings drafted him in the second round in 2020, that was a long-term plan. But as a rookie, they played him at guard because that's the positions they had open. And then plans changed as the Vikings were able to get Darisaw in the first round in 2021. So then Ezra Cleveland was a good soldier about it, played guard, eventually went to Jacksonville, got paid there. But I still believe that Ezra Cleveland's best position is left tackle. It's just circumstance that's reduced him inside, where Zable, I think, is going to be his true position is guard at the National Football League level. Superlatives, plus movement skills at his size, nasty streak finishes plays, tackle flexibility in a pinch. So his NFL comp is Joe Thuney, coming out of North Carolina State, where he reduced inside, became an all-pro guard now. Oh, but you said that Joe Thuney is old. He is old and overrated with the Bears. But, I mean, peak Joe Thuney with the Chiefs and a little bit with the Patriots, you're good to go there. But, tackle flexibility in a pinch. So in game, if you need him, you could probably kick outside. Quick, mature hand placement as well. Good communicator, high football IQ. NDSU is... I feel like NDSU is like low-key really solid at cranking out interior offensive linemen, because you got Cody Mock from NDSU ending up with the Bucs, off to a great start to his career. Body control, balance, no lunging, and there just is a confidence there where he does stay on his feet. He is bouncing around, has the athletic ability to stay in front of twists and stunts and games and all that stuff. Also, just constantly having his head on a swivel and being able to communicate and understand what is coming at him in terms of communicating with the offensive lineman around him. I think that's really going to play great into him kicking inside, as well as him being able to hit the ground running as a starter in his rookie season. Also, I know, hey, corner, defensive lineman, tight end certainly would be some potential needs, but just getting a rock-solid starter at left guard, even though Zable will be in the mix with Rouse and Juergens, I think him being a first-round pick as well as his pedigree and status would potentially give him a huge edge in that left guard spot. And if you add Zable to an offensive line with Darisaw, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, and Brian O'Neill, how can you not say on paper, on purpose, that's one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League? Now, they got proven on the field. They got to get things together chemistry-wise, but I think that the built-in chemistry with Fries and Ryan Kelly, also keeping Fries at right guard, plus the high football IQ mentality of Grey Zabel as well, being able to just really hit the ground running. I think, honestly, the Vikings would have one of the best offensive lines in the game, bar none, from week one. All right, so which obviously greatly helps the running game, greatly helps J.J. McCarthy as he starts in his first season, and it'll be good to go. So I know that there's a lot shinier objects available at 24, and maybe Zable even goes ahead of the Vikings, but if he's there, just turn in the card. Turn in the card. Grey Zabel, staying in the Midwest. This is Vikings territory. Woo! Let's go from there. Your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings need to draft NDSU lineman Grey Zabel. Go Bison. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best you know to do. Skull production value.